Some partnerships in life are fleeting, fleeting as a single scene, a single season, or a single encounter. But every so often, two people come together in such a rare alignment of talent, passion, and chemistry that the bond they create lingers far beyond the set, far beyond the cameras, and far beyond the years. Today, General Hospital fans are mourning a legend. But for Genie Francis, this loss is profoundly personal. She didn't just lose a colleague. She lost someone who shaped her career, influenced her artistry, and left an indelible mark on her life. This is the story of what Genie shared about Tony Geary, and why her words reveal a connection that transcends time, fame, and distance. When news of Tony Geary's passing reached the public, Genie Francis didn't respond with rehearsed statements or carefully crafted social media posts. Instead, she spoke from the heart, her words raw, vulnerable, and full of emotion. She said she felt crushed, not simply sad, not just surprised, but crushed. That one word carried the weight of decades of shared experiences. Early mornings on set, long hours perfecting scenes, creative disagreements, laughter, tears, and the kind of on-screen chemistry that changes television history. Genie's reflections went even deeper. She revealed that she felt Tony's presence leave before the headlines or phone calls confirmed it to the world. There was a quiet, almost eerie sense of loss that she experienced, as if something fundamental had shifted during the night. For fans, this was a moment of recognition. Some connections are so profound that they aren't measured by messages, meetings, or routine contact. They are measured by the intensity of shared experience, by mutual respect, and by the moments that leave an imprint on the soul. For years, Genie Francis and Tony Geary were inseparable in the eyes of viewers. Their portrayals, particularly as Laura and Luke, were not just performances. They were cultural touchstones, milestones in daytime television that fans still celebrate. Genie emphasized that Tony was not merely a co-star or a leading man. He was extraordinary, a standard by which all others were judged. Working alongside him elevated her craft, challenged her abilities, and left her forever changed. She spoke openly about Tony's brilliance and intensity, his fearlessness in pursuing authenticity in every scene, and his commitment to artistry, even when it pushed boundaries or made the work uncomfortable. Tony could be blunt, witty, or demanding, but above all, he was honest. And in an industry often dominated by illusion, that honesty made him unforgettable. Even more striking, Genie acknowledged the realities of life. Years had passed since they last spoke. Time moved on, careers evolved, paths diverged. Yet, despite that, the bond between them remained unbroken. Some partnerships are not maintained by constant contact. They are sustained by shared history, by the transformative power of creating something together, and by respect that endures regardless of distance or time. Genie's tribute wasn't drenched in nostalgia. It was grief in its purest form. She celebrated Tony's passion, the brilliance with which he inhabited every scene, and the way he elevated everyone around him. She made it clear that working with him didn't just define a chapter of her career, it changed her forever. And in her farewell, she expressed something transcendent, that somehow, somewhere, their connection persists. Not as actors, not merely as characters, but as two people who shared a rare, enduring bond. Her closing words were simple, gentle, and filled with love. "Good night, sweet prince." Through Genie Francis's reflections, fans glimpsed the human truth behind the legend. Tony Geary's legacy will always be celebrated through awards, storylines, and iconic performances, but Genie gave the world something else: the emotional truth behind the artistry, the reminder that great collaborations are more than the sum of their parts. They are about trust, challenge, growth, and ultimately a shared journey that leaves a mark long after the cameras stop rolling. Time marches on, shows end, and characters fade into memory. Yet connections like Genie and Tony's endure. They live on quietly, in the hearts of those who witnessed their work, in the influence they left on peers and fans, and in the moments when loss feels personal and profound. Even decades later, through her heartfelt words, Genie Francis reminds us of a simple yet profound truth. Some partnerships are forever. Tony Geary's presence may have departed the physical world, but the magic he created, the artistry he embodied, and the connection he shared with Genie and with generations of viewers will continue to resonate eternally. Thank you, Tony, for the work, for the passion, and for a legacy that still speaks, quietly yet powerfully, through those who loved and admired you.